Hi, it's Mr. Wasemann, and today we're going to be looking at long division. We're going to walk through a couple of problems step by step, so let's just jump right in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first problem, 65 divided by 5. So my divisor is 5, so I want to know how many 5s can I get out of 65. So I'm going to start with division. So when I look at that number in the tens place value, 6, I realize I can get one group of 5 out of 6 because 1 times 5 is 5. So I'm multiplying now. That's the second step. So now I have to subtract the difference between my tens in the beginning and my multiple of 5, which is 5. 6 minus 5 gives me 1. And then I bring down the number in the ones place value. 1, 10, and 5 ones now gives me 15. Now when I look at this number, I need to ask myself, is this number bigger than my divisor? That's the checking part. I check what's left, and if what's left is bigger than my divisor, then that means I can get more groups out of the number. So I repeat the process. So I ask myself, how many groups of 5 can I get out of 15? Well, if you know your multiplication facts, you know that 3 times 5 gives you 15, and 15 minus 15 is going to give you a difference of 0. So because I have nothing left to bring down, and my leftover is smaller than my divisor, I'm done. So my answer is 13, otherwise known as the quotient. Okay? So all these problems on this page today are going to be without a remainder. Technically speaking, 0 can be a remainder. However, when we talk about answers in problems, we don't talk about the fractional parts that are 0. Just like when we talk about a dollar figure for a price of something. Say if something costs $5, we don't say it's $5 and no cents. We just say it's $5. Okay, let's take a look at a different problem. 98 divided by 7. Again, I'm going to start with division. How many groups of 7 can I get out of 98? Well, I know I can get at least 10 groups because 1 times 7 is 7. So I multiplied. Now I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 7, that's going to leave me 2. I'm going to bring down the ones place value, 8, so that makes my new number 28. And again, if my number that's left over is bigger than my divisor, then I repeat the process. So now I ask myself, how many groups of 7 can I get out of 28? And of course, my knowledge of multiplication facts tells me that I can get 4 groups of 7 out of 28 because 7 times 4 is 28. I subtract the difference, that leaves me with 0, and so my quotient, my answer, is 14. Now, I can prove that to be true, or I can check my work very simply by taking my quotient, which is 14, and then multiplying it by my divisor, 7. Okay? So if I create a multiplication problem, 14 times 7, and let's say I use the partial product strategy. So I'm going to multiply 10 times 7, and we're going to multiply 4 times 7. Well, 10 times 7 is 70. 4 times 7 is 28. So I'm going to add those two partial products together, and yep, I get 98 as my sum. So basically, that is long division. Again, lots of steps, but each step by itself is pretty simplistic. We just need to remember the order of the steps and remember that sometimes we have to repeat the process more than once. So if you have any questions, feel free to have your parents email me. Otherwise, we'll talk tomorrow. Thank you.